Is the screen visible? Is the screen visible to you? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now how can we go? Hello. Hello. Is the screen visible? Is the screen visible to you? Yes, someone can answer. Is the screen visible to you? Hello. 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 Uh, was the screen visible to you? I just
Yes, sir.
no, this not this. The PPT one was
Visible.
not now. Okay, just a minute. I am today. I'm using a large screen. I will just share the PPTs. I'll ask you the question. Okay, just a minute. We have, where is that? Okay, it is such. Okay, then let me start with the explanation. Then I will use this screen. Okay, it's visible or no? Screen is visible to you. You all.
Sir.
Okay, fine. Now, what we're doing last lecture, we have seen no what is Q. Okay, we have seen this. What is Q? Okay. So what are queues? We have seen already what is stack, and we have implemented stack programs. A queue is a special kind of list where items are inserted and at the rear end and deleted at the other end, which is the front. It's a general queue. The examples are you can see the queues in you know queues at bus counter, ticket counters, or like customers standing in a checkout line in a store, supermarket. So the first one enters in the queue is the first who gets out of the queue. So here in computer terms, in data structures, we have queues, a data structure where elements can be inserted at one end, which is called rear, and the other end where elements are removed is called front. So queue is a special kind of list where items are inserted at one end, rear, and deleted at the other end, which is front. Accessing the elements of queues follows first in first out order. So the first who enters in the system is the one who gets out of the system first. Okay, accessing elements is called first in first out. Example like customer standing in checkout line in a store, the first customer who gets out. What are common operations of queues? Make null. Make null is what? Making the queue complete empty. Front of queue returns the first element of the queue. NQ, which is inserting element in the queue, and where we insert from the rear end. Then DQ deletes the first element of the queue, which is element is removed from the front. Is empty. This will check whether queue is empty. Is full will return true if queue is full. Now this is implemented when we are implementing queue with static data structure. If you are using dynamic, then you don't have to worry about full. Dynamic means you can increase, you can the size can be changed. So there is no Prachi has, okay, Prachi, go on. Any questions? Am I audible properly? Is the screen visible to you? Okay, I'm asking others, is the screen visible to you properly? Am I audible clearly? Okay, okay, fine. Okay, we have seen all this. We have seen in the last lecture. Just I will revise and we will start with. So what is NQ? Suppose we have a queue here. Then if okay, see this is queue. Now this is front. This is front. Cannot take this one. Okay, color. This is front, this is rear. Now I am marking on the screen. Is it visible to you, those red marks? Visible. Okay, fine. So now this is a static queue. NQ and DQ. Primary queue operations are NQ and DQ, which is inserting element into queue and removing elements from the queue. So this is what? This is a linear queue. What is linear here? See this. This is linear. It's a linear queue with implemented with arrays. So we have number of cells. Okay, elements can be inserted. Now as we have taken array, we will have the max value, max. So I cannot insert more elements than the what I declare with arrays. Elements are removed from the queue, which is called which is front. So from front we will remove the elements, and from there the elements are inserted, which is called NQing, and removing is called DQing. Now queue implementations, either it can be implemented with static implementation. Queue is implemented by an array, and size queue remains size of queue remains fixed. Dynamic, a queue can be implemented as linked list and expanded as and or synced as and when we want. So we can increase the size and decrease the size. Now how it is done? See this. This is static implementation of queue, where initially we have only 3 elements, initially front and rear. Now it is up to the user. Now how is going to program, as it is array here. Now initially what he can do, front and rear can be -1 both, and as soon as the first element you enter here, insert, front will point it here and rear will point here. Now next, after this, if you insert one more element, what will happen? If you are inserting 6, now front will be as it is pointing to the first element, and rear is pointing to next element, because now front is where the first element where it is there, front will be there, and rear is the where a pointer where we enter insert elements. So as and when we insert elements, it will keep on increasing. So this is rear, and this will be front. Now this is for NQing. What about DQ? Suppose I have only 6 and 9, 2 elements are there. Now how this queue works? Suppose some people are standing here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, what happens if someone removes, if someone gets out of the queue, then this next person will come here, isn't it? In real life, what happens? Next person will come. Now, what about here? Actually speaking, once you remove if there are only 2 elements, if you remove first element, if this is removed, what will happen? This should come here. Now that is done here. Front is where one element is moved, so we have still the front pointing at the front place, and rear is pointing it here. Now if this is also removed, what will happen? If both are removed, then where should front point? Now front should point nowhere. That is, for our reference, we make it -1, as in C the index start with 0, 1, 2. we can make it as -1. So once you remove all the elements, what will happen? Front will be -1, there is -1, and Q is empty. Q is empty. Now this is enqueuing and dequeuing in static. What about dynamic? Dynamic is what? Dynamic is as and when you need memory, you can take memory, you can you can reserve or declare, take memory from your main heap memory. So you can assign some memory to some elements. Now it is done. That we will do in the next unit, which is linked list. Okay. So dynamic implementation is done using pointers, and here front a pointer. Okay. Now if front a pointer to the first element of the queue and rear a pointer to the last element of the queue. See this is where now we have three elements here, 1, 2, 3. Now where is front pointing? Front pointing the first element and the rear pointing to the last element. Suppose initially there is no space, it is empty, this front and rear pointing nowhere. As soon as you insert one element, what happen? One memory location, one node is created. Now we call it nodes. We call it nodes. Now it is done. We'll see in the next unit. So initially one node is created, and the front will point to the first node, and rear is also pointing to the same element. And as you insert one more node, what will happen? Front is pointing to the same element, whereas rear is pointing to the next element. So if you insert one more element, what will happen? This is link. So this will have one more new node created, and rear will point to the third node. Okay. So this is how dynamic link works. Dynamic implementation. In dynamic link implementation, that is inserting, dequeuing. Suppose both are pointing to the first element. Once you you dequeue, this whole queue will be empty. Make null. Make null is, suppose I have 10 elements. And if you want to make it null, means you want to empty the queue. What you should do? Just assign front and rear null. If I assign front and rear to null, it will become empty. And if in static, if you want to do this in array, what you will do? Make front and rear both -1. It will become null. So static implementation of queue. Static implementation. We should maximize this one. Oh my God. Control L, maximize. Zoom. Okay, static implementation. Static implementation is done using arrays. In this implementation, we should know the exact number of elements to be stored in the queue. When enqueuing, the front index is always fixed and the rear index moves forward in the array. So this is how it is done. Rear, front both will point to the first element initially, and when okay, so initially both will be rear and front will be -1. -1. As soon as you insert first element, suppose if you define the array size is just 3 here, both will point front and rear, both will point to 0th element. And as and when you keep on inserting element, array will keep on changing. When dequeuing, you keep on removing the elements, it will become -1. Okay, I think this is how it is. Now there is a problem with this one. What is the problem here? Suppose static implementation of queue, a better way. When an item is enqueued, the rear index moves forward. When an item is dequeued, the front index also moves forward by one element. Okay. When an item is enqueued, means inserted, the rear moves forward. That is okay. But when an item is dequeued, the front index also moves forward by one element. This is the better way. Why we call it better way? Let us check this one. Suppose, okay, we will shift to note. Yes, okay, we have note. Do you want to open Finder? Suppose, is the screen visible? Yes, someone can answer.
Visible, sir.
Is the screen visible to you? Hello? Is the screen visible to you? Hello? Is the screen visible?
Sure.
Hello? Hello? Anish, I just opened the note. Was the screen visible before this screen?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. It's okay then. I'll not open it. Okay, we'll just take this note. Just take this note. Now I'm audible properly. Screen visible. Hello, somebody can answer. Anish, I am audible.
Yeah.
Okay, and the screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now what happens when you implement without taking suppose how it works? If you see this, we will take okay what we have. Okay, suppose I'm implementing queue with arrays. Suppose this is array. I have 100 elements. So this is first, second, third, and I have 100 elements here. And my front is pointing here, front is pointing, and rear is pointing somewhere here. Maybe I have 50 element rear, 50 I have inserted. As soon as you remove this first element, what happen? The other 49 elements or whatever 40 elements, they should move forward to this place. This is how physically it works. Suppose there are some person standing here. What happen? If this is removed, then this comes here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is removed. This comes here. This comes here. And if this is removed, what happens? This comes here. Now physically you are moving this.
Hello.
Only there are 4
Sir?
elements, it's okay. Go on.
Sir, screen is paused. We can't see anything.
You can't see any screen. Okay. What happened? Now screen is visible.
No, sir, it's showing static implementation of queues.
Static implementation of
Queues.
queue. Okay. Now I'm marking on the screen this red thing. Is it visible? Wait just a minute.
No, sir. Markings are
Is
not
the
visible.
is the screen moving?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. It's okay. Now this I am marking here round. Is it? Is it visible?
No.
See this red mark, red circle.
No, sir.
Okay, this red circle is not visible. Fine. Okay. Now the do you want to open Finder? Okay. Is the screen visible now to you all? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just opened Notepad. It was visible to you or no?
No, sir.
No. Okay, fine, no problem. I will do something else. Open Paint or Word. We'll open Word. MS Word. Zoom. Okay. Now screen is visible to you, no? You everyone? Suppose screen is visible, audible? Okay. Suppose I implement static queue. Now it will be, if I have to implement either with, I have to implement with arrays. So what is arrays we have? When you define array, okay, that time you should be declaring arrays. Suppose I declare array here, okay, array with 100 elements. Take simple example, 100 element. So my index will be 0 and last will be 99, isn't it? Now this is how it works. Suppose I have 20 elements here, 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 20, and there are some blank elements. So as soon as I remove this first element from, this is front, we are pointing it, and red is pointing to front, is pointing, okay, define it properly. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. Okay, and total size is how much? 100. Okay, so in C we have 0, 19, and this is 99. Front is pointing here, and rear is pointing here. Rear is pointing here. Okay, now when you remove the first element from front, this is Q, no? So Q should move like this, isn't it? So when 1 is removed, what will happen? 2 will come here, 3 will come here, and 20 will here. So for this, what you have to do? You have to move all these elements. You should be moving all these elements here. Move first. Okay. Suppose this is front is removed, you will move all the elements here. Then you remove the next element. So those many elements will be shifted front. So this takes a lot of swapping should be happen. Suppose we'll take simple example. Why it is coming here? Okay. Suppose I have only 1, 2, 3, 4 element. Okay, front is pointing here and rear is pointing here. You remove first element, what will happen? Two should
Sir,
come here.
sir, nothing is visible.
Sir, nothing is visible.
Pardon?
The cursor is blinking only. Nothing is visible.
Nothing visible.
No, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So whatever I'm writing on the screen, that is not visible to you?
No, sir. Just the blank page is visible.
Okay, 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 fine. So the annotations are not visible to you. Okay. Okay, we'll take it from annotation from this, I think. Okay, annotations. Now this is visible to you? Annotations, no? Annotations. Okay, now it is visible. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 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 fine, fine. We have to implement this thing. That's why actually I wanted to, so we have something here. What is this? Allow to annotate name, no? Okay. Size. This is size. Color. Fine. Okay. Suppose I have 4 elements. Okay. I have 4 elements. And we have 100 spaces. So front is pointing here and rear is pointing here. You remove this is Q. Initially what happened? Front is pointing, front and rear, both will become -1. Both will become -1. As you insert first element, front and rear will point to first element. Both will be 0. You insert second element, rear will change. Rear will come here. Okay. Okay, fine. So it's here. Initially we have 4 elements. When you remove one element, this is removed. So 3 are left, but here we are also adding one element. So it becomes here. So what happens when we remove, physically if you are removing, this is like this. static DQ. See this 6, 9. So if you remove 6, 9 should come front. Then if you remove 9, it is empty now. But if you are 50 elements, if you remove first 3, 4, whatever one element, if you after one removing, other 14 elements should come. So it takes to swap this, it takes lot of time. So we should not swap. But if you don't swap, what will happen? So how you're if I show you pictorically, will show it word. Insert. I think yeah, they're using it. I should have taken. This is arrow. This is not line. No, don't consider this arrow. It's okay. Okay. Suppose initially if I shapes. Now initially front will be here and rear will be is also here. Now both are pointing to -1. -1. Once you start, front and rear both will be pointing it here. Then rear will come here second. Rear will be at 3rd place. Rear will move to 4th. Rear will move to 5th place. But as soon as the first element gets out of the queue, what will happen? This front is here. It will not move. But rear, one element removed. So rear should come here. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 elements should move to first place. But if you are doing this, you have to move those many elements. So that will take time. So rather doing that, what will in computer view do? Suppose I have 50 element, 50 inserted, front is pointing it here. You remove the first element here from this particular place. Then you just move the pointer to next element, then pointer to the third, pointer to fourth, pointer to fifth element. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements are removed, and front is pointing it here, 5th place, and rear is pointing to some say 50th place. Okay, some 50th place. Now front. Okay, but what happens if I'm pointing somewhere here, which is 40 elements, and this is 50. This is 50th element. Suppose you will take something text box front. And this is rear. Okay, now suppose this is the front and this is the rear, which is pointing at 40th element and this is 50th element. What are the maximum size I have? Which is maximum is 100. Now after inserting some more elements, say if my after 40th, if I insert some more elements and it is full now, full. So front is pointing its 40th element, say 40. Front is pointing to 40, equal front is pointing to 40th element. 40th element, and rear is at 99th position, which is our max. Which is our max value. Max, which is maximum is 100. So this becomes max minus 1, which is 99th position, as we start with 0. Okay. Now what is the total size? 100. Where is max pointing? Front pointing to 40, and rear is pointing to 99th element. So how many elements I have removed after inserting? I have removed around 40 elements, and still, and this is stack is full now. Sorry, stack is not stack, it's a queue. Queue is full. Queue is full. We'll take element shapes line. Queue is full. Suppose it's not straight line. There is some problem with this mouse also. Okay. Okay, 4 is pointing 40. Front is pointing to 40th element, and rear is, and there are some items here. There are some items which are full. Now, what will happen now? Suppose I want to insert one more element. I want to insert one more element. Is it possible? Is it possible to insert one more element? Yes, someone can answer. Ashwit, 09. Suppose Ashwit, my front is pointing to 40th element and rear is pointing to 99th element. I want to insert some more elements. Is it possible? Ashwit, Rutuja, rule number 3. Am I audible? Is the screen visible to you? Yes, someone can reply. Nobody is answering. What is the problem? Yes, Rushkesh, Sali, Rushkesh. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. Now take example. This is a linear. My front is pointing here, and rear is pointing to the last element. Now, can I insert some more elements?
No, sir.
Rishikesh? Why not?
No, sir. Sir, because rear has reached the maximum size and it is static, so we cannot insert.
But still, I have some space here. I have removed no 40 elements.
But sir, if rear is pointing at max, so we can't insert, no.
Okay.
We have to make it circular, then we can insert.
Okay. If we make it circular, then we can answer. Otherwise, no. Okay. Maybe some problem with the. Okay. If you make it linear, it's not possible. But if it is a circular queue, then what will happen? Front will be pointing it here, and rear will move on. But rear, how much it can move? Rear can again start it here. It can go to front first element. It can go to the first element here. Rear can come here. Okay. And rear can move on increasing till it reaches the last element. Now we will implement both the front and, at least you understood the concept. Have you understood the concept? Because if you understood the concept, you will implement both the programs. Is everyone has understood the concept? If it is linear implementation of queue with array as a static implementation, what will happen? We have to keep on using the front and rear. Now there is one way of doing this one. What is that? You always keep the front here, and if you insert, say, initially 100 elements are inserted here. Front is pointing to 0 0 because front is always 0. That is the starting point, and rear is pointing to where? Pointing to, say, 99, last element. Last element, what will happen? You remove the first element here. Once you remove the first element from front, now this is removed from the front. Front is removed. In that case, all the elements should shift to front. So rear should come to what? 98. 98. But this is costly. Why it is costly? Because we have to copy all these memory locations. We have to shift one memory location front, all these elements. So that takes lot of effort and lot of memory instructions. So to avoid it, what we do, we normally implement with array as a simple linear queue, and we will just move our front pointer to the next element, rather removing elements. And if you want to implement with properly with efficient, then you should implement with circular queue. When circular queue is implemented, suppose after inserting some elements, say 40 elements are removed, my rear is pointing at 19th position. Still, if I want to insert, then rear should come here. Rear should come here. That is till we have spaces now here. So all these spaces will be inserted again. So for this again, now what will become rear now? Rear was 99. Now rear becomes 0. Rear becomes 0. Then if you move to next element, what will happen? Rear becomes 1. Rear becomes 1. But how long it can go? That is, it can go to maximum 39, because front is pointing at front is pointing at 40th position here now. Okay, so rear will come to 39th position. That is the max it can come. Okay, now how you can implement this one? This is not that easy. Okay, so we'll use some logic and like front and rear, how to check it, and we'll do this. So this is implementation of circular queue. We have one more queue. What is that? One more queue is which is priority queue. So this is static implementation of queue. To overcome the above limitation, we can use circular queue. Circular implementation of queues. In this implementation, first position follows the last. Okay, when an element moves past the end of the circular array, it wraps around to beginning. So suppose this is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places are blank, and we have 4 elements. Okay, and if you want to insert one more element, what will happen? This 4 will come to the first position, as there are first 5 positions which are empty in our queue. After NQ, what will happen? The rear index moves from 3 to 4. So after NQ, this is after NQ, the 4, the rear index moves, which was pointing it at the last position, 3rd, will come to the first position, and you will insert. Now how to detect an empty or full queue using circular array algorithm? We can do this. Use a counter of the number of elements in the queue. So that is possible. So this is how it is. Okay, we will start at one particular position. Maybe consider it as a rear and front somewhere here. You keep on inserting elements. Okay, so rear is pointing to the last position, front is pointing to the first element. This is where when circular queue is full, a completely filled queue, a queue with only one element. This is both are pointing to first position. So we know what is linear queue, what is circular queue now. Now the other concept is priority queues. What is priority queues? The elements which are inserted into queues have priority. Like when you visit say some Balaji Mandir or some Mandir, what will happen? Public will be standing in queue, isn't it? But there are VIP tickets, VIP counters, where what those VIP counters will do? They will pay some money or they will take a counter and they will skip the queue and directly they can get the darshan, isn't it? Likewise in computer also, if there are multiple processes are waiting in memory for execution, then there are some processes which will have higher priority. So those processes should be given importance and they should be taken for execution. So that's why there is a concept called priority queue also in computer, where stacks and queue are, both stacks and queue are data structures whose elements are ordered based on a sequence in which they have been inserted. Like in queue, I'll say first in first out. In stack, we say first last in first out. Example, pop function removes the item pushed onto the stack, last item from the stack. So intrinsic order among the elements themselves, example numerical alphabetic order, is ignored in a stack or queue. Normally what we do, we directly push or pop, or we can insert or remove. In queue, the first item which is inserted is removed first. Okay, then why priority is given? A priority queue is a data structure in which prioritized insertion and deletion operations on elements can be performed according to their priority values. There are two priority types, priority queues. Now there are many ways in which you can implement. Okay, one way is what? One way is you can enter elements, and associated with those elements you can insert also priority. Okay. Otherwise, the other way is you insert elements, and elements themselves will carry priority. How it is? Suppose we will consider the second example. Element values, they intrinsic have some priority. There are two types of priority queues: ascending priority queue and a descending priority queue. So types of priority queue: ascending priority queue, a collection of items into which items can be inserted randomly, but only the smallest item can be removed, which is ascending. A priority queue is an ascending priority queue. Then NQ will insert item X into priority queue. Inserting element into queue will not you will not consider any priority and all. All the elements, whatever way they come, you keep on inserting elements into queue. But when you want to remove elements, as it is ascending priority queue, the minimum element should be removed from the queue. So min dq function will remove the minimum item from a priority queue and returns its value. Now, if it is descending, what will happen? A collection of items into which items can be inserted randomly, but only the largest item can be removed. So this is called descending priority queue. So D priority queue is a descending priority queue. Then NQ will insert item X into priority. So for inserting, there is no priority considered. But when you want to remove element or DQ, here in descending order, the highest or largest value should be removed first. So max DQ will remove the maximum item from DQ and return its value. If two values are equal, what will happen? If two values are equal, then they will follow first in, first out. Whoever enters into queue first is removed first. Generally, in both the above types, if elements with equal priority are present, the FIFO, first in, first out technique is applied. Both types of priority queues are similar in a way that both of them remove and return the element with the highest priority when the function remove is called. For ascending priority queue, item with smallest value has maximum priority. For descending priority queue, item with highest value has maximum priority. This implies that we must have criteria for priority queue to determine the priority queue of its constituent elements. The elements of priority queue can be numbers, characters, or any complex structure such as phone book, entries, events in a simulation. But you have to consider on what value you are considering, whether they are highest or smallest. So this is the last screen. In what manner should the items be inserted in a priority queue? Ordered so that retrieval is simple. So this is one way of doing it, so that retrieval is simpler, but insertion will become complex. Arbitrary insertion is simple, but retrieval will require elaborate search mechanism. Retrieval, in case of unordered priority queue, what if minimum number is to be removed from an ascending queue of an elements? So it is very difficult. In what manner should be queue be maintained when an item is removed from it? Empty location is kept blank. There are some techniques we can use. We will discuss all these techniques in next lecture. Okay, we'll stop it here.